the magic happens in the middle. So the lead capture and the lead incubation, or really the lead incubation, is where you can double your business. I had a guy named Andy Green that I used to coach. This was years ago, maybe about 3 or 4 years ago. And he went from, he doubled his business. I think he went from 25 million to 50 million with this one concept. Okay, let me say it again. He went from 25 million in production to 50 million in production with this one concept, incubation. That's it. Welcome to the Success with Listings podcast, where we help you get success in the real estate game the easy way. Now you can get off the roller coaster of feast and famine and out of the rat race of competing with every other agent in town. Hi, I'm Knolly Williams. I took over 1,000 listings during my first 10 years in the real estate game, and in this podcast, I show you how to have success with listings. Let's go. We go into the 4-stage lead life cycle, and I'm going to touch on this, and then I'm going to go straight into Q&A. Because next time we'll get right into handling objections. So every lead that you get, by the way, I started talking about the hardwiring in your schedule. So if you have to, what I would recommend is that you just get out your phone, okay, and create or schedule a new activity called lead generation. Okay, put it in from 9 o'clock to 11 or whatever time you prefer. Early morning is preferable. You can do it in the evening because some of you guys work a full-time job and you do stuff like this in the evening. Preferable to do it in the morning if you can. Okay, so but you put it in that schedule. You set a recurring schedule so that it's every day, right? So that when somebody calls you or they say, hey, can we close at 10 o'clock in the morning? All you have to do is tell them, you know what? I've got an appointment at that time. But I can do 11:30. Would that work? Oh yeah, 11:30 is fine. Okay, it's just that simple, guys. Now there are going to be rare. Okay, and I want you to put the word RARE circled, underlined, in bold, because it's very rare times when you have to do something during lead generation. You just have to. You know, you got to take your spouse to the ER. I mean, there's going to be times when some stuff happens, right? Then you make that time up same day. Okay, make it up the same day. But don't let that become a habit. It's a bad habit to form. Putting off your lead generation time is the number one way to poverty. Okay, number one way to poverty. Okay, so the 4-stage lead life cycle. So you generate the lead, you capture the lead. Okay, you incubate the lead, and then you convert the lead. That's the 4-stage lead life cycle. So I'm just going to share that with you, and I actually have videos on this. But the first thing you do is you generate the lead. Okay, that's called lead generation. That's what you do during your time block. Okay, so all you're doing during time block, you're playing the lead gen game. Okay, you're just trying to generate leads. Okay, now you want to capture those leads. So whatever way that you're generating leads, you want to try to figure out a mechanism that will capture those leads so you can follow up with them, which is number 3, follow up. Because a lot of times what happens is when you get really, really busy in your business, you stop following up on leads, okay? I got a little sound in my attic. I think it's like a mouse or it might be like what we call roof rats. It could be squirrels. It could be something. I don't know what it is, but I can hear it up there. And so I call a guy out with a company called Critter Ritter. Critter Ritter, that's a pretty cool name. He comes out, checks out my attic. He says he thinks it's roof rats, okay? Now, I haven't heard from the guy. It's been like 2.5 weeks, right? I'm still hearing the noise, but he's not following up, right? How are you going to get a job or work when you don't follow up? So when people, and I don't care how big, probably the reason why is because right now it's the hot season. People have snakes and hornets' nests, and he's out there getting all kind of critters. But there should never be a reason why you don't follow up with people. I got to tell you, and write this down, the magic is in the middle. Okay? Write that down. The magic is in the middle. Because most of you, as I'm seeing your DISC profile, you're either a high D or you have D pretty prominent in your DISC profile. What you want to do is you want to generate the lead and convert the lead. You want to generate the lead and convert the lead. Generate the lead, convert the lead. Generate the lead, convert the lead. That's not how it works. Some people are going to be ready to convert right away. Okay. I'm 100% working on attraction. That's what I do. I'm building mentorship masters. That's where all my lead generation time goes. So I've got 100 prospects, 101 prospects right now that I'm talking to, but they haven't joined yet. I've captured them and I'm incubating them. I'm loving on them. I'm just loving on them, right? So they get to hear from you periodically. Okay. Incubation is basically, first you got to capture them and then you got to follow up with them. And that is something that you can do during lead generation time. Okay. You can generate leads, you can capture leads, and you can convert them if you can. Okay. But the conversion really happens at the listing appointment. And those are done during the afternoons. Okay. So again, the magic happens in the middle. So the lead capture and the lead incubation, or really the lead incubation, is where you can double your business. I had a guy named Andy Green that I used to coach. This was years ago, maybe about 3 or 4 years ago. And he went from, he doubled his business. I think he went from 25 million to 50 million with this one concept. Okay, let me say it again. He went from 25 million in production to 50 million in production with this one concept, incubation. That's it. Okay, so all those leads that what people call junk leads, or they're not converting, or guess what? People only have one of 3 options. Write this down, it's very important. When they deal with you, they have one of 3 options. Talking about listings now. They're either not going to list their home ever, which is very rare. I mean, it's very rare that somebody would call you out or call up or be interested in talking to you about listing their home and not list. But it does happen. Very, very rare. So they're either not going to list, or they're going to list and list with you, or they're going to list and list with someone else. That's it. So they're really either going to list with you or list with somebody else. That's it. Okay. And the magic happens in the middle. You got to incubate. Some people are 3 months from listing, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, a year from putting their house on the market. Okay. Or a year from purchasing. You got to incubate them. You got to love on them. You got to drip on them. Okay. If you drip, you get rich, right? You niche to get rich, but when you can drip to get rich, you got to drip them. Okay. And if you can't focus on dripping people, hire help. Okay. I've got 3 virtual assistants that work in the Philippines, and they work for me full time. Okay. And they do a lot of my incubation for me. Patty Lynn helps me with a lot of incubation around mentorship masters. I do a lot of that myself, right? And I'm personally texting people and they're like, this ain't Knolly Williams. I'm like, yeah, it really is me. I have to send them a video like, hey, it's me, reply, please. They think I've got somebody else doing, sending out my text messages and stuff like that. Yeah, one day I'll be at that level, but not yet, y'all. So your job this week is to go back, read pages 8 through pages 12, and remember that this is very, very important foundational stuff for you to be able to generate all the business that you want when it comes to this whole area of lead generation. Okay. A lot of people are wondering, like, what do I do when I'm in my bunker and things like that? We'll cover that on an upcoming, because I list that here. Let me see where I list that. Yeah, there's only 5 excuses that I've ever heard from agents as to why they don't do this. There's only 5 excuses, guys. I've never heard a 6th one. It falls within these 5, and we'll talk about that on another call. But none of the excuses are valid. I got to tell you, I've heard all the excuses, and they're not valid. Okay, this is something you should be doing every single day, Monday through Thursday. And Friday, agent attraction. All right, let's get to questions. As usual, I went a little bit over on that, but I wanted to overemphasize that. So, thank you, Robert. Robert says you are the real deal. I appreciate that, brother. I've been doing this for, I've been an entrepreneur since 13 years old. So we won't go long history there. All right. So let me get my glasses out here. God, gosh, dog it. Oh, hey, I can see. Dang, burn it. I can even lean back and see it. All right. So Potion 36 is asked. Oh, this is a private message. I'm gonna read it anyway. I think it's meant for everybody. I would like to know if we can find a Facebook master ad hack person so we can run precise ads for low cost per lead. Then let them soak in the incubator. Yeah. An agent I know is closing 4 a month just from Facebook, but refuses to let me know how she's doing it. Yeah. So that's really, really important. We can do that for sure. Yeah. If you guys want to do that, that's a great idea. Now, I learned Facebook ads from a guy named James Wedmore. I don't know if he still teaches that. James Wedmore, Wedmore. I learned all his Facebook ad strategies. Okay. And I use Facebook. I mean, I do. I run Facebook ads every day. And it's actually gotten a lot easier than it used to be to run Facebook ads. But you guys should be doing Facebook ads. I mean, you want to target your Facebook ads around, your listings, but I don't specifically do my Facebook ads to generate listing leads because I'm not really in that game anymore. I'm generating leads to mentorship masters or to my mailing list. I'm growing my list is what I'm doing. I think that most of you guys should be focused on growing your list over anything else. Okay. And I think that people get too hung up on, thinking that they have to be the real estate guru of the area. Nobody cares, guys. I got to tell you, if you go to a party and there's 100 people there, nobody cares about what you know about real estate. Okay, you're only going to be relevant to very few people there. Why is that? Because people only move every 7 to 9 years. So guess what? If I'm not moving this year, you're not relevant to me. You can come in talking about all the real estate stuff you want, but I'm just going to go to another corner of the party because you're not talking my language. Now, if I'm thinking about selling my house, guess what? I want to talk to you, right? So it's different there. But a lot of you guys are making everything you do about selling houses. And that, to me, that's the wrong way to do it. If it were me, what I would be doing, if I were back in the game like you guys are in the trenches, I would just be that man about town or that woman about town. And I would take my camera just like this. You guys see me I do a lot of Facebook videos. Facebook videos and YouTube videos. And I do them on my iPhone. That's all I use. I don't have no fancy cameras or anything like that. I have a certain microphone that I use, and that's it. Okay. And I would be that man or woman about town, and I would be out there making myself relevant. I'd be interviewing all the local ER clinics, the doctor offices, the dentist offices, the restaurants, the donut shops. I'd be out there just doing that. Well, how can that translate into business? Guess what? If you've generated an incredible list of people, a percentage of those people are going to buy or sell. By the way, did you know if they're not renting, okay, let's scratch renters off the list, okay? But taking renters out of the equation, within the next 10 years, 100% of the people will buy or sell, right? Theoretically, let's put it theoretically, hypothetically, because people move every 7 to 10 years. So even if you got to give the people what they want, not what you want to give them. Okay. People don't care about housing stats and all that crap. Okay. The only ones that do care about that are the ones that are ready for the market. And so so what I would recommend is you've got two strategies. You've got one strategy that's just building your list. Okay. I want you to write that down. Build my list. That's your number one activity. That's really your number one thing you should be doing, building your list. That's what I do every day. I'm list building, because I know a percentage of people on my list are going to want to become closer to me, and they're going to join Mentorship Masters. A percentage of them are going to want to buy my toolkit. A percentage of them are going to want to come out to my live event, whatever, right? It may not be most of them, okay, but a percentage of them. Okay. So you're going to have one list of people that, yeah, you're just targeting them through Facebook to buy or sell now. And then you're going to have another list, and all you're doing is providing value. Okay. Remember, we I don't know if I have the book here, but we read this book right here. Let's see if I can get it on my stack. The Secret to Permanent Prosperity, right? And that's to provide value and receive value in return. And I got to tell you, the value that you guys think you're providing is probably not the real value that people want. When you guys asked me to write Triple My Listings, remember, I didn't want to write this book, but so many of you asked for it that I had to write it. It's not that I wanted to write it, because I believe first you learn and then you earn. You know, most of you guys just want to go out and generate a whole lot of leads, and you're flying by the seat of your pants. What's going to happen is you're building a house of cards. I'm just going to warn you up front. You're building a house of cards because you have no foundation. You're going to go out there and do 20, 30 deals, and then you're going to fall flat on your face because you were highly successful, and now you don't know what happened because you didn't have no system behind it, right? You've seen agents do that. They get real, real successful, and then they flop, okay? I don't want that to be for you guys. That's the reason I teach a very methodical system in Success with Listings that teaches you how to build a strong foundation. Some of you guys are doing a lot of business without a strong foundation, right? So that's bad too. But so yeah, we can get into, we could actually bring on some people if you guys want to help and identify them to teach more about Facebook ad strategy. But you know, it's really not that difficult, guys. If you focus on, if you're talking about generating leads from a farm, all you're going to do, and some of you guys might just need to know the Facebook ad basics, but you're just going to boost your post around your farm. Okay. If I can get you guys out of the mindset of putting out a bunch of real estate related crap, okay, that nobody cares about, then I think we can make some real progress with you, to be honest with you. Because more people are interested in the new pizza shop that just opened up than they're interested in your market stats. I can tell you that right now, right? And so if God permitted me to go out there and kick ass like I used to in the real estate game, I'd be out there at, you know, the breweries, the wineries, and not talking about nothing about real estate. They're like, man, what is this? Hey guys, Knolly Williams here. You guys know I'm Austin's realtor, so I pride myself in knowing everything that's going on. I don't just sell a lot of houses in town, but I do a lot of living here too. And right now we're at Joe's Pizza Shack. Joe, what's going on with your pizza? That's how I would do it, right? They just heard that I'm the real estate guy. I'm good, all that kind of stuff. Now, while I'm interviewing Joe, talking about his pizza recipe, why his place is packed, then all of a sudden, I just asked Joe, I'm like, hey, Joe, so you probably see me around. What would you tell your customers if they're thinking about buying or selling a home? You know what Joe's going to say? I'll tell you that you need to list with Knolly. I'm going to work it in, guys. I'm going to work it in every video I do, right? So you'll notice a lot of the videos that I do are not just like, hey, come join Mentorship Masters. I'm helping people to get past their fears, to unblock, conscious blocks, all kinds of stuff that's not even really related to real estate. And then they're like, man, who is this fool? They start looking me up on YouTube, trying to, and then they start coming in my inner circle, right? So that's how I would do it. And you can get a lot of traction by providing people with what they want, not with what you want to give them, okay?
Well, thanks so much for tuning into this episode of the Success with Listings podcast. If you are serious about taking your real estate career to the highest heights, making more money and helping more clients while working less hours and spending more time with your family, be sure to get your copy of my free book, Triple My Listing, absolutely free at successwithlistings.com. Now, you want to be sure that you subscribe to the podcast and check out successwithlistings.com to get your copy of my free book. Hey, I'll see you on the next one.